First at 4, bond is set for a doctor accused of mutilating young girls. New developments in a case that's grabbed national attention. Also, tough talk from President Donald Trump, the message he's sending to North Korea, Iran, and the rest of the world. Coco.
A Boost Mobile on Detroit's east side was robbed by a group of thieves. You can see the damage left behind.
In the end, you end up with nothing. So whatever they get, they deserve.
We'll show you the surveillance video, and you'll hear more from the manager.
And hurricane impact. This flooding is from Jose, but Maria is the bigger threat at this hour in the Caribbean. We are tracking both storms. First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, the doctor charged in a local female mutilation case will be released from federal custody. Dr. Jumana Nagarwala will be released on a $4.5 million bond, which is believed to be the largest bond ever set in U.S. District Court for Eastern Michigan. That money was raised by supporters. The 44-year-old Northville doctor was arrested and charged with female genital mutilation and conspiracy back in April. Her release is carrying some heavy restrictions. She will remain in custody until the bond is finalized. Police in Detroit are searching for 2 suspects who broke into a home while the people inside were asleep. It took place about 5 a.m. this morning off Bentler. That's just south of I-96. The homeowner says 2 men broke into her bedroom and then demanded money. That woman's boyfriend approached the suspects, and that's when a fight began. One of the suspects was stabbed during the fight.
I was hiding. I could just hear them fighting and things getting broke. And they hit him in the head with a gun. He's got a couple marks on the back of his head that are split open. He's got a broken nose, broken finger. He fought back.
Police are now searching nearby hospitals for anyone who has come in contact with a person with a stab wound today. We are hoping to learn more about a break-in that happened at a popular lounge in Detroit's News Center area. You're looking at scene video taken this morning. It happened at the popular Northern Lights Lounge off of West Baltimore and 3rd Avenue. Police say about 4 a.m. this morning, thieves broke in through a rear door. That door is now boarded up. It's still unclear exactly what was taken. It's been an ongoing robbery nightmare for a store on Detroit's east side. 3 guys ransacked the place this morning, and it wasn't the first time. Local 4's Coco McAvoy has the surveillance video, and she spoke with a store manager who's questioning if he can keep doing business in that location.
Boost Mobile is one of the many businesses on Harper Avenue, and it's also a business that's been targeted by thieves. Just yesterday morning, the business was robbed. You can see the damage left behind, and the man who manages the business says enough is enough.
Boost Mobile, may I help you?
Abu Ishmael Mujahid treats today like a normal business day.
Out of 60. There you go. Thank you.
But the effects of what happened the morning before are visible.
You have a nice day. It was brazen. You know, this is something that normal people, you know, tend to think before you act and do foolish things, but obviously these guys, they have no shame.
Surveillance video captured the break-in.
See it? When they come in, you'll see the dust come down. When the dust comes down, that's when they kick in the door.
The 3 of them.
Now you see this guy here, and he actually looks familiar.
Running past the lobby.
He's going straight to where he wants to grab what he wants to grab. The other one is going to the back. They know the place. You can tell.
Mujahid thought the store was well secured.
So what we did was we built a structure.
Because the store had been broken into 5 times before yesterday morning.
Instead of being comfortable and at ease, you have to be concerned about you know, your establishment being invaded.
His resilience is starting to fade.
You know, I may have to put 2 padlocks on there now. I also may have to sell the business and move somewhere else.
Or he's hoping the thieves realize the damage left behind and turn themselves in.
So they can reflect and get themselves together and do better. That's what I'm for, opposed to going through this, you know, something that's not going to benefit them, and it hinders me as far as business.
I'm Coco McAvoy.
Yep.
Local 4.
It's a busy first forecast this afternoon with rain in Metro Detroit, and we are watching 2 hurricanes very closely. Andrew Humphrey in for Ben Bailey today. Hi, Andrew.
Hey there, Karen. We'll start off with the showers that are over us. Still a bit of a wet commute as you head home from work or pick the kids up from school, so be careful out there on some damp roadways, including right here in downtown Detroit and just downriver down through the E-course area. We at least have some light rain falling. Fortunately, no thunderstorm activity. There are no alerts, no watches, nor any warnings, but we are still looking at slippery, inconvenient weather throughout much of Macomb County up through St. Clair County, and some slightly heavier showers here in yellow in portions of Monroe County. So scattered showers continue for the afternoon. Maria, wow, what a ferocious storm. You can really see a well-formed eye right here with winds topping 155 miles per hour, nearly 160. It will remain at Category 4 or 5 status, roll right over Puerto Rico, but more before it moves farther to the north and northwest, and eventually back over open waters by the end of this weekend. So far, nowhere near the United States. We'll talk more about Jose and more in our local forecast coming right up.
Hurricane Maria has already become a deadly storm with at least one death reported on the island of Guadeloupe. The Category 5 storm has already bashed into other islands as well. Dominica, Barbados, and St. Lucia. As Andrew mentioned, the storm is setting its sights on the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. You can see plenty of buildings are boarded up as residents prepare for another hurricane after just being slammed by Irma. In Virginia, flooding is causing some big problems after Hurricane Jose swept by the coastal area of Hampton Roads. As you see in the video, houses have been left completely surrounded by water. Waves reached up to 12 feet, causing damage to beaches. Breaking this afternoon, a magnitude 7.1 earthquake shook an area just south of Mexico City. Video shows moments when the earthquake hit. You can see people bracing for the shake. The Mexican government has alerted residents to evacuate. There are reports of people trapped in buildings. We'll bring you updates as we get more information. President Donald Trump took his place in the global spotlight today and gave the United Nations a clear view of America's views on the opportunities and opponents he sees in the world. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom right now with more on the president's address at the UN and the targets of some of his criticism. Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. And thanks to Twitter, Americans are familiar with the sharp words the president can use to take on opponents here at home. At the UN, he saved some of his sharpest comments for the governments of Iran and North Korea, including using his new nickname for North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un.
The United States has great strength and patience, but if it is forced to defend itself or its allies, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea. Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and for his regime.
The president also took on Iran, calling it a corrupt dictatorship that exports bloodshed and chaos, and he attacked the multi-nation agreement aimed at curtailing Iran's nuclear program.
The Iran deal was one of the worst and most one-sided transactions the United States has ever entered into. Frankly, that deal is an embarrassment to the United States, and I don't think you've heard the last of it, believe me.
The president also criticized Syria and Venezuela, but he also had a positive word or two for the work of the United Nations and pledged the United States will continue to support the UN's mission. He did, however, point out the U.S. provides the lion's share of the UN budget, and he'd like to see other member nations pay their fair share. So a lot to sort through in his speech. Our coverage continues on Local 4 News at 5. Until then, Karen will send it back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Kim. Meantime, on the home front, sources say one of Trump's former campaign chairs will be told he will be indicted. We'll have more on that at 5. Meantime, President Trump's oldest son, Donald Trump Jr., has decided to give up Secret Service protection. We're told he was looking for more privacy, and agents stopped protecting him last week. It's not clear if the Secret Service will still protect his wife and kids. Also, presidential advisor Kellyanne Conway has given up her protection. That should give some relief to the Secret Service, which is struggling to pay for the protection of the president's large family. First at 4, we're on top of other stories that are making headlines at this hour all across America, including a protest that turned violent over the death of a college student. A loud and dangerous protest followed a candlelight vigil for Georgia Tech student Scout Schultz. He was killed by campus police over the weekend after police say he called 911 to report a suspicious person carrying a knife and gun. Officers say they thought he had a knife and then they moved towards him. Critics say officers need to be better prepared to deal with mental illness. Suicide notes were found in Schultz's dorm room. 3 protesters were arrested overnight.
Did you feel that?
Yeah, did you feel it?
Yes, I did. Here. We just
had a little earthquake.
Yes, we did.
It was very sharp, just a very sharp but pronounced jolt and things in the studios.
That's our NBC affiliate in Los Angeles. They were on the air as the earthquake shook part of Southern California. The quake was a 3.6, rumbling through around 11:20 last night, West Coast time. Now, luckily, no reports of damage or injuries and no aftershocks. Still ahead, Celine Dion, One Direction's Zayn Malik, and singer Avril Lavigne. All these celebrities and more on a list you'd rather avoid. Also, the story of one woman's frightening train ride, what she did to outsmart a robber who wanted her phone and her credit cards. First, remember this Olympic hero turned murderer. There is new trouble for South Africa's Oscar Pistorius. Up next, what prosecutors are trying to do now.
Coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
A firefighter involved in a hit and run facing life-threatening injuries.
Makes it a little more real when you know who you're helping.
You'll never guess who saved him.
All right, Priya, first at 4, we're on top of stories making headlines around the world today. Former Paralympic champion and convicted murderer Oscar Pistorius could face more jail time if national prosecutors get their way. An appeal date is now set for November 3rd. Prosecutors in South Africa hope to increase Pistorius' 6-year sentence to 15 years. They feel the original sentence was too lenient. Pistorius was found guilty of killing his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp, on Valentine's Day back in 2013. He claimed he thought she was an intruder. Drivers on a busy London highway were trapped for several hours this morning after a suspicious chemical substance was found underneath the bridge. Police and firefighters were called to the scene and closed off the freeway. A bomb disposal team used a robot to investigate what appeared to be a black plastic bag filled with a yellow substance. Police have still not confirmed what that substance was. New Zealand is coping with a damaged pipeline and jet fuel shortage, forcing the cancellation of 39 flights today. This is a big problem in Auckland, home to New Zealand's major airport. Several gas stations near the airport have stopped the sale of premium gasoline until the crisis is over. New Zealand's military has stepped in, delivering fuel supplies around the country to help ease the shortage. The disruption is expected to last at least a week as repair work continues. All right, Andrew is back. We've kind of had a mixed day here, a little bit of rain, and then it cleared out, and then it kind of came back again.
That's right. That's the nature of some of those scattered showers. Yeah. Fortunately, though, nothing too heavy. We do happen to need the rain, but it could be a little disruptive depending on where you are or where you're trying to go this afternoon. And drier weather is on the way as we go into tomorrow and the rest of the week. We'll get to your 7-day forecast in just a second. First, some of the shower activity that's occurring now. Yeah, streets are a little bit wet here in downtown Detroit. We've got light to moderate rain anywhere from the New Center area right here in downtown Detroit, over on the east side as well, including Belle Isle and closer over to Grosse Pointe Park and just downriver. Farther north, if you're trying to head up 94 in portions of Macomb County up toward Mount Clemens, you'll still run into damp conditions and scattered light showers, what you see here in green, across St. Clair County, including Port Huron. Now, we have some slightly moderate showers here in Monroe County. You can see some thunderstorm activity crossing the Indiana-Ohio border, but notice these lightning bolts are fading away in the past hour or two. So as they cross the Michigan border into Lenawee County, that's not until about a couple of hours from now. I think it will still be light to moderate showers that will be scattered about. So we're in for the rest of the afternoon into the evening with wet conditions. 71 degrees currently and visibility down to 3 miles. So that's another thing you want to watch out for. Low visibility is another hazard. Bigger hazard, hurricanes, of course. We talked about Maria about 10 minutes ago. This is a look at Jose. Still not going to hit the United States, and it's a Category 1 storm with winds of around 75 miles per hour. It'll be a tropical storm status within the next 24 hours, but providing high surf and windier conditions and even rainy conditions in places like eastern Massachusetts, including Cape Cod. While around here, we have temperatures in the 60s and 70s with, again, those light to moderate showers occurring now. Anywhere from 68 to 72 degrees currently. Temperatures pretty uniform, and temperatures stay right about where they are as these rain showers persist through this evening. But by 10 this evening, many of those showers start to fade away. Overnight tonight, it becomes a bit drier, and we have a warm front coming too. That warm front bringing higher temperatures. Believe it or not, feeling like summertime once again for tomorrow. This cold front right here, it's going to get close, but not quite hit us. We'll still be in this big warm sector of air, not just for tomorrow, but for the rest of the week, even into the weekend. But for tonight, we still have the clouds overhead, evening showers scattered about at least. It becomes cooler once those showers dissipate. Temperatures down to the low 60s and middle 60s here in town and in many surrounding neighborhoods. Sunset is at 7:35. 81 for a high tomorrow, Karen, with sunnier skies by the afternoon. Sunset is at 7:35. Tomorrow is Rosh Hashanah. And look at that. Temperatures way into the 80s, middle 80s, even for the first day of fall on Friday, begins at 4:02, and still middle 80s possible this coming weekend.
Andrew, still ahead, the most dangerous celebrities online, why you need to be careful on the internet, and if you have teenagers in the house, you definitely want to warn them as well. Up first, she didn't want to lose her phone and credit cards. How this woman tricked a would-be robber into leaving her alone. We are back with the story of a California woman whose quick thinking helped her escape an attempted robbery. Julie Dragland was on a BART train outside of San Francisco when someone dropped a scary note in her lap. It said, "Two guns are pointing at you. Hand over your wallet and cell phone." Well, instead, she faked a seizure. Other passengers came to help her, and the suspect got nervous and got off the train. She's not sure if it was a good idea, but she didn't want to lose her credit cards the day before a trip to London.
It's going to be such a logistical nightmare to replace everything and still make it, which is, I don't know if that's good logic or not.
Dragland says the whole incident really scared her. Well, this story is trending today. Toys R Us has now filed for bankruptcy. We told you yesterday the toy store that's been around for almost 70 years is really struggling. Toys R Us is deeply in debt and losing business to online competition and changing tastes as well, for fewer children asking now for those traditional toys each year. The company hopes to restructure and says it will keep all of its stores open for now. Also, here is a story that's getting a lot of attention about Kohl's. It's been trending on clickondetroit.com. The store is stepping up its partnership with Amazon. Kohl's has just announced it will start accepting Amazon returns at stores in Chicago and Los Angeles. Now, earlier this summer, Kohl's announced it would start selling Amazon devices at 10 of its stores. Now, both changes could increase foot traffic at Kohl's, which is a challenge these days for brick and mortar stores, as we well know. Well, when you are online these days, you definitely want to be careful which celebrities you Google, or you could end up infecting your computer. The security service McAfee has released its annual list of dangerous celebrity names. Topping the list, singer Avril Lavigne, followed by Bruno Mars, Carly Rae Jepsen, Zayn Malik from One Direction, and Celine Dion. McAfee says searches for these famous names are most likely to land consumers on websites that carry viruses or malware, so be very careful. Well, just about all of us at one time or another wear jeans. They usually look something like this, right? Well, there is an unusual new fashion trend. It's coming out of London. Jeans like you have never seen them. Wait until you see what they cost as well. We'll talk about that next.
It's the massive hack affecting millions, jeopardizing the safety of your personal information.
143 million have been affected by this hack. That's half of the country.
Equifax under fire and consumers under attack by cyber criminals.
I think the Equifax hack is just a symptom of a much greater problem.
Now I'm gathering a team of experts to show you exactly what you should be doing right now to protect yourself and your credit. Help Me Hank tonight at 11.
Finally, first at 4, get ready for a denim double take as we show you a new fashion trend.
That's right. Take a look at something called double jeans. The new look comes from a London fashion house, Karen. It's denim on denim with layered waistbands.
Yeah, it kind of looks like you're wearing two pairs of jeans.
They got two tones going also, light colored and dark colored.
Now, we don't know exactly why the designers came up with the idea, but apparently they're popular. They're sold out over in London in spite of the price, which, if you're wondering, $695.
Only 2 back pockets is why I saw it. They should have 4.
I think I'm passing. I don't know.
I'm going to follow your trend.
Oh, yeah. Thanks so much for joining us for First at 4. We are back at a half hour with Local 4 News at 5. Inside Edition is next. Sure hope you have a great rest of your afternoon.